Hello there everyone and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Fall of the Republic playthrough as the Confederacy of Independent Systems. This is, of course, the first episode of this I'm recording in about 2 weeks because of all this stuff dealing with the release and then the freeze that was happening in TR. Technically, Fall of the Republic can have that occur as well, it just it hasn't happened. So for those of you who maybe don't play TR or haven't been watching the TR playthrough, that's our post-Endor mod. There was an issue where, because of how we rescaled combat power, which is a stat the AI uses during auto-resolves, there was a chance that the game would sort of lock up because the numbers were too big. So we've rescaled them down in TR, but technically Fall of the Republic could have that happen. It's only been reported once with Fall of the Republic, so we're not super worried about pushing a patch out for it on its own. It will be something that we kind of fix under the hood with the next release, but hopefully it'll be a thing where like it's fixed, but no one ever really has to deal with it. But did we get Malevolence here? No, still Renator, because he is being upgraded. So we won't mess with that. We probably are going to make it so that the Grievous upgrade is immediate, maybe a bit more expensive, because of the thing where pretty much anything happening in the system that he's being upgraded in tends to cancel it, which is not especially helpful. But let's get into Bothawai. Evil Coleslaw's asking, how's your day going? Well, my day is going alright. How about you guys? For those of you watching on YouTube, this is being recorded live on Twitch, of course. So I'll be doing my best to answer Twitch questions as they occur. I think a recusant dreadnought should be able to deal with these little guys. The Arquitens is actually one of several ships that has had a model update that is awaiting a texture update. I've spoken about it a lot in the TR videos, but we have a ton of models that are sitting there updated, thanks to a couple modelers on the team. Sarah's Still Terrible. Some stuff that even me and Bob have done that just haven't had time to texture. Ooh, I guess not. This is not actually good. Okay, good job, Depredator with Core. You have failed me for the last time. But yeah, so the Arquitens model has been updated. Acclamator, Providence, including a split between the Providence Dreadnought and the regular Providence model. So those should be hopefully coming with the next couple versions of Fall of the Republic. But yeah. Oh, that's nice, Coleslaw. Congratulations. But yeah, so those things should be happening. Those models. Connor actually, who typically does renders for the team, so the videos, like the launch trailer that we had for Fall of the Republic, all those clips that were rendered in it, he's the one that set those up. Connor has stepped in to do a little bit of extra texturing for the team as well. He did the Golan textures already. So those have been updated and will be in the next Fall of the Republic and TR updates. But yeah, so a lot is being done, a lot is coming. All very exciting stuff. Oh. Buy speeder bike. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this this landing zone, but that would be pretty epic. The main thing I'm working on texture-wise and model-wise is still the Executor that I've been kind of picking away at. Crap. We can't get it unless they're turning around. They're turning around. Certainly. Okay. So let's get the support field base.
Ready, sir. Heading there now. We've secured a build pad. Over this way.
No. Don't destroy my field base. I need it to live. I need it to live, and I need it to live. Alright, last time I saw an Octatara was in Edge of Despair doing bad things. So, also scary. There we go. We'll probably have the smaller version of the Tri-Droids in one of the next few releases as well. Because there are two versions. There's the one we have now, which is like the Magna Octatara, and then there's just the regular one. So another kind of mid-range vehicle, kind of in the same kind of area as the Spider Droids AATs, but with some slightly different functions there. We will not have the flying version. I mean, I don't think. Alright, thank God for field support bases.
But you are too weak to embrace it.
We've lost a build pad.
Okay.
How sweet this revenge. I know your every move.
I was originally planning to do the rest of the campaign in one stream, but I was looking at the number of planets we have left, and it's seeming like it's less possible to do that in a single stream without it going for like 4+ hours. So we're just going to do a couple hours tonight, see how far we go, and then it should be one more after that at most. We do have full map vision because of the lag that was occurring, and
We've lost a build pad.
that was unfortunate, but we're doing all right.
We've
So
lost a build
we were
No mere
past the halfway point.
We've secured a build pad. We've secured a build pad.
giving me power.
We've
All right,
secured
Ventress,
As a card.
go up there.
We've lost a build
I can sense your fear.
I think she's fine there.
pad. We've secured
All right. Well, she's not fine, and she's taking some damage, and she's not doing what she needs to do. So, get some more of them. For TR, do you plan on adding Boris Failure for the NR? Yeah, Boris is already there as a Chief of State option.
Don't look so surprised.
There will be a bunch of other Chief of State options, and Mon Mothma is going to get an actual bonus as well. But we're generally avoiding putting the Chief of States as heroes, because we want to separate those figures from like being field heroes. He makes more sense as just the Chief of State option behind the scenes rather than trying to put him in as like a character on the map directly.
The simple triumph. It is inevitable. You want us to surrender now.
All right. In we go. All right, Ventress down for those.
We've lost a build pad.
Have you won a single battle in this war?
I won a lot of battles in this war, Ventress. Don't be mean. All right, let's actually go for the smaller one first.
How predictable.
We've lost a build pad.
There we go.
Droids are so predictable.
Just got the one structure left after this, so
Bombing run available.
don't need to worry about speeding it up.
Droids must learn.
And we're also aware that some people have had some lag in tactical battles in space, more than they get in TR. One of the biggest contributors to this is the fact that there were some fighter shadow meshes that shouldn't have been there. So Nolan has been going through and deleting those. Shadow meshes on fighters in space is really not that necessary. So they'll be going away. We may need to keep them for like a bombing run version of them. But other than that, you don't really need them. And they just cause some performance issues. So that'll be removed and fixed for the next version of Fall of the Republic as well. We're trying not to do too much in this next Fall of the Republic update, because there's a bunch of stuff we want to do some major reworks on the Galactic level for both mods. And we're just going to be doing things like field bases and some other fixes to get them in. And then we'll kind of have the mods developed together for the next little while for some of these major changes.
Choose
All
your
right.
reinforcements.
Trench. Unbench the trench. Patriot's Fist. I'm going to send in a little bit farther in front there, along with Daedalus and Rectcusant.
Reinforcements cancelled.
I don't want to put TF in for this one. We'll put Retreat there and fix a flat to defend. Star Cutter, we can start up now. Tactics can support Trench along with a Munificent. And oops. Here, you guys are going to go for the victory. I guess TF being in there would help. Just do some more damage quickly. Because they do have a lot of damage out of these ships. I don't want them to lose too much for this. There we go. Engines. I don't think we're going to be able to take the engines out on this Venator. No. But we got the planet back.
System conquered.
And we could loop around in a Contrum there. Contrum and Wayland at the same time. The Dathomir fleet, not the best, but better than some of what we're going to be up against. So, into Wayland. And we can move the Bothawai fleet up to Ruseon. So let's get them ready to move. Because I want to upgrade Grievous all the way to... oh, shit. I want to upgrade Grievous all the way to Malevolence. It's 18 of them.
Choose your reinforcements.
Yeah, I had an Interdictor, but one of the Munificents was closer to dying. So, I'd rather not have to rebuild stuff. As long as we can keep our fleets moving, we're in better shape than if we just get the one extra kill. I was just hoping maybe we'd get the engines down and then that's it. But I don't want to stop them so they can kill more of my stuff.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Because, like, the Republic can pretty easily replace stuff still. They're making a lot more money than we are. We're on Cruel. But as long as we have these 3 to 5 fleets that can actively go through and not lose stuff, that's going to work out better for us. See, there's 1 out of 20. Or 18, rather. TF, get back there. Are these all assault? Or I guess they just have the one Pelta, so. They don't seem to have any support ones. There's 2. Oh, yeah. Okay, we need to try to focus some of them down. God damn. Trench. Alright, well, we're going to lose Trench if we retreat now, so... So many little guys. Okay, you can fight this one. You can fight this one. Help them. Alright. Fall back, Trench. Fall back, fix a flat. Because if I can get fix a flat back to Trench, that'd be the best option. No, we might be able to start pulling some shields back up on him. We've got a lot of the small ships. It's just going to be about whether or not we can stop this Invincible.
The engines are our primary target. Power up, are you? Eliminate target. Enemy is doing that maneuver. Target machine superior. Our launch bay has been destroyed.
Alright.
The missile launchers are the primary target. Direct fire at their laser cannon.
Okay. Starting to get some shields back.
What is your command? They'll soon be online. Lining up. I'll clean their...
Gotta kill the Arquitens. Because they're gonna try to speed past. The Carracks are good against shields, but really the worry is hull damage at the moment. No, Trench is fine. Alright, and we've also got some decent anti-fighter here between this Diamond and some of the Recusants. So the only worry is that they're going to keep getting... Or I think they might just get one. Or like this one. The one reserve. It might be two reserve. So we'll just hold back here. Maybe a little bit farther up. And just stop him from getting to Trench. There we go. We've killed all the real units, I think. These guys, I think, are just garrisons. Alright, get these guys together.
Frequency open. What is your command?
Void Dragon, stay back. All these other guys, go for it. Yeah, now just keep in mind that the build that I'm on is from over a month ago. So you're not going to see all of your text work that was done, or anyone else's text work either. I tried to update the Thrawn's Revenge build before the last stream, but doing the unit updates got like the extra unit updates ended up just crashing the game when I was trying to load the save. So both of these, I'm pretty much just going to leave them how they are until the Let's Plays are finished. And then the Community Challenge are going to be on an up-to-date build, mixed between TR and Fall of the Republic.
Target those lasers.
How are you doing that? You have been designated for termination.
Take fire at their laser cannons.
Alright. I'm going to start sending Patriot's Fist up at their shipyard. Because all of these should be dead. Trench just floating around. Alright, up we go. Hello, Black Wolf.
Target those lasers.
But yeah, so the community challenge is going to be a mix of Clone Wars units, so we're going to be working with a mix of Republic and CIS stuff, all the Republic and CIS options, against the probably the Empire, the New Republic, and I don't know who the other faction we'd put in would be. So for those who aren't aware, the community challenge is basically a playthrough that I do sometimes where it's on a from the ground up map, so a single planet start, and the only units I'm allowed to use are patron units, or units that function like the patron units. So some are selected by patrons, channel members, Twitch subs, but I also open up submissions to anyone who watches as well. I'm going to put a limit on that this time so that we don't just overflow with units, because I've never lost them before. Like, I've never lost the whole playthrough before. So we'll be... I'm probably going to do first 150 submissions, a mix between ground and space. Okay, we've got Grievous there. And... oh, we don't have level 4 here, so I'd have to move him over. Well, maybe I won't. I think we'll just stick with Invisible Hand for a little bit. But yeah, so we can only use those units. If I lose all those units, then I lose the playthrough, and the only units I'm able to use are kind of like the selection that you guys give me. So it makes it a very different kind of playthrough, and it's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm excited to do it. It's been a while since we've had one. But yeah, so I'm going to just collect some of these units that we stole from the Commerce Guild. Q-Trick. Oh, there's Platoon. They're kind of pushing more north. I mean, we're in a good position to attack some of these core worlds as well. We can take Alsacon. But I did a poll on, so each of the times we've done it, there's been a kind of theme. So the unit options, the first time were based on the different Imperial factions. It was a mix of every Imperial faction. Or no, I think the first time we did it was a mix of anything in the mod. Then we did a mix of Imperial factions. And this time I did a poll, there were a few options, and the one that won was the Clone Wars content versus later era content. Where is... well, we'll have 2 active ground forces in an area.
Even your power has limits.
Alright, this fleet I was going to send in... I think to the Dathomir fleet would have been a good point, or good way to do it. But yeah, one of the other options that we had was to have like a minor faction mashup. So I think I was including on Empire of the Hand in that, but also Hapens, some C-Ruby stuff, some CSA stuff. And I was kind of hoping that one would win as well, but there'll be more. So I've been thinking a fair bit about like how to structure different content for the channel, and I think that one works best as like a streaming series done entirely on YouTube. So like once a week I'd play that series live on YouTube rather than doing it live on Twitch as a recording. So that'd probably be how that ends up working. Will there be new historical campaigns in the next Fall of the Republic update? No. So the next Fall of the Republic update is going to be fairly minor, adding stuff like field bases and some bug fixes rather than really expanding the content, because we do want to move on to certain other fixes. Because we're going to have 0.7 and then we'll probably have 1.0 after that. So that'll have more content updates, more expanding stuff. Alright, let's see if we can unload those. The last time I defended this planet, we lost Obi-Wan and Anakin to orbital bombardment, I think it was. Dean is asking, I was curious if multiplayer campaigns are on the table for TR and Fall of the Republic. So, no, we aren't really able to do those. The multiplayer Galactic Conquest in Empire at War can't use story scripting. So XML story scripting it can't use at all. Lua scripting it can sort of use, but only in a limited way, because if you have Lua scripts, then it's very likely that you're going to get desyncs. And unfortunately, desyncs are already very common in all Empire at War multiplayer in the first place. So it's already at the best of times unreliable. Saves often don't work at all with it, so it's impossible to really play more than a little bit, even without adding any sort of Lua scripting. And almost all the features in the mod require a certain mix of Lua scripting and story scripting. And even with the Lua scripting that you can do, even if it was the most stable thing in the world, you can't identify the player object, which is very important for a lot of functions because there are multiple players. So stuff as simple as the era system can't work, as simple as the build filters can't work. We would basically have to remake the mod within itself and have, when we were able to support it, it was basically an entirely different unit set on a different map set using different construction prerequisites that we had to lock out of single player. And even that isn't possible anymore, just because the more we change, the more we have to be able to strip out to have multiplayer Galactic Conquest work at all, like start up at all, or be able to build units. And we've reached the point where it's just really not feasible to do it, especially for a game mode that people think they want to play, then they try it once and it's like, okay, well this is shit, and then they stop. Because a lot of the issues that Galactic Conquest has in Empire at War, like the snowballing, players cheesing stuff, when it's player versus player, that becomes a lot more obvious. It's like one battle and then the game is over. And at least in single player, by using all the different types of scripting and everything, we're able to introduce different features and restructure features so that we can mitigate those problems. But when you don't have access to the tools that allow you to mod those things, then you're pretty much just stuck with base game with possibly different graphics or something. And the end result is a lot of work for possibly the least reward of anything. Is there any chance of getting anything out of this? Probably not. We may as well just try to take the units, though. Slow them down a bit, maybe. Thanks for the freeze bug. Work on my save. Well, glad it worked for you. Musak is asking, do you think Empire at War will die in the next couple of years? I mean, the game is 14 plus years old now. The mod's 14th anniversary is going to be in less than a month. So if you had asked me even a few years ago if I thought Empire at War would still be going now, I probably wouldn't have said unlikely. So it's really hard to say what the lifespan of it's going to be. Oh, I just rescaled the game a little bit. I'm going to try to fix that. Actually, I'm not going to try to fix that. I'm going to just change it on the... There. That might cut off a little bit of the bottom of the UI, but it's better than rescaling it and risking it crashing. Because I'm playing in windowed mode right now. Oh, my light's going out? That's not good. Hopefully that's the bulb and not the power. Okay, we're pretty much there. But, I think the biggest risk of Empire at War going away would be a sequel.
System lost.
Uh-oh.
System lost.
OBS just dropped. Alright.
Enemy fleet.
One sec. Recording. Gonna try to fix OBS. Okay. We're back. Recording again. Sorry about that. Just internet issues. We are going to continue on taking Ruseon next, I think. This is a ground army. So Ventress. They really don't have much here, just the 3 structures. I did save. So it wasn't a completely wasted opportunity there.
Smiling at me.
Choose your reinforcements.
Ventress, just go up even further.
My lord.
If we can land at this LZ, that'd be much better. But,
Jedi Council are fools.
the Jedi Council are fools.
Even your power.
Alright, support.
We've secured a landing zone.
Order acknowledged.
Destroyers. I think Ventress can kill most of what's here on her own.
Soon the Jedi Council will need to select a new member.
Because it's just the Senator's office, the barracks, and I forget what the other building was. Come on. Yeah, got it. Good stuff, Ventress.
Since we last met.
I don't know why I feel the need to always test the Jedi against AI turrets.
Do not talk.
So, like, it's easier to just back them off a bit, and or even send them farther up.
I spit on the
We've
Jedi.
lost a
Don't
build
spit on them, that's kind of gross.
To use our power. That is why the
Bombing
Jedi
run available. We've
How
secured a
did
build
Count
pad.
ever choose you to
Sensor
be
node constructing.
I mean, especially right now, you're not supposed to do that. You're never supposed to do that, but
Stop smiling at me.
Construction
No
complete.
pretender can hope to defeat me. You obnoxious little brat.
it's kind of rude too.
Prepare
All right,
to
this is going to be our next
die.
sensor node.
We've lost a build pad.
We got to be a little bit careful with her. Now that Dooku's gone and I've promoted her to the Supreme Commander of CIS forces.
Did my master take a second apprentice?
We've lost a build pad.
No, your job is actually going to be just to capture that. And maybe we'll send some of these guys up. But we'll keep one of the squads down here. We do need to get a new icon and model for some of the field-based stuff. But really, like, we did them as a more of a proof of concept right now. And they're going to be fleshed out a bit more and updated with, like, dedicated art for the bases themselves, for the units that come out of them in some cases. Because we had the specialists for other factions already. But obviously not for Fall of the Republic stuff.
Constructing.
We see these are Delsor making an appearance. I think we need to have Grievous entrench dead. Is it Grievous entrench or is it Dooku entrench? Oh, did I fucking... I'm an idiot. Because we're not... I'm not planning on losing Trench.
Ready for orders.
I'm hoping that what happened to Trench last battle is going to be the closest Trench comes to being executed. And I've been thinking about potentially having Delso show up under other conditions. Like, definitely as a later era start thing. But I do like that some of what Jordan's done there is just give different conditional heroes, and that's something that we're looking at with both mods, or every mod. Especially when there's more hero options for a given faction, having some that are a bit more conditional that you don't see every game. That's always kind of an interesting way to go. Why doesn't Admiral Trench have 2 lives? I mean, he really often survives situations that weren't. Because it was version 1. Nohembre has already put that in for the next version. So Trench will have 2 lives, at least in the mod. He'll have a kind of similar situation as Grievous, where you don't just kill him once, you gotta kill him a couple times. Oh, they have a Praetor. They have 2 Praetors that we've seen. Gunray doesn't want to be here. I want to just come back with a bigger fleet immediately.
Hey, nice. Roger, roger. Roger, roger.
Oh, right, we got that HV gun from a minor faction. We can't use it. I was kind of leaving the core assaults for later, but it'd be a good... We have some fleets in position. Especially if we can cut off Coruscant like that. Most of these are defensive units. But we can go to Elsicon right now. And Corellia. How much do we have here? Yeah. I think Elsicon is worth it now. And we have a full pop cap worth here. Actually, I think that's a Lucre Hulk hero as well. Rather than having to retake Rendili. Because I'd like to get to Humberine, and that kind of closes off these access points. Alright.
Choose your reinforcements.
Martuk. What Mar took you so long to be used in this playthrough? Shadow of Hyrule. I have no pun for that. Shadow of Hyrule. Hydra Dominatus. Revenge of the Squidmen. Recusant. Recusant. Line up the Munificence behind. There we go. Yeah, I'll sell it after this battle. I was kind of like scrambling to get into these battles. So I wanted to beat their ground units here. Alright.
Keep Republic forces from destroying communications.
Like, we're gonna take a lot of damage from the Arquitens. We're also gonna take a lot of damage from the Praetor. But I don't want to try to break through all the Praetor's health while the Arquitens are here. This is just a DCS. Well, technically a DCS. We don't properly have the DCS done, but we have the model, just been a rigging issue.
We no longer have control of
Here. What is it, my lord? We will show no mercy.
Republic bomb.
Hydra's almost certainly going to go down. We got to try to tank up some of these as long as possible.
I am at your disposal. You me to attack? I will assign you one of my minions. Here. Let us take what we want for you.
Alright, you...
Complete. Shut down.
maybe we'll save the Praetor for last?
Choose your reinforcements.
We don't have a huge amount in our own reinforcement pool. I don't know what theirs looks like. I'm assuming not much, or else they'd probably be jumping in more.
Jamming sensors.
Do not let Republic troops secure.
Alright, vultures, let's go for the fighters, hyenas. Let's go for the invincible first.
Defend the rear.
Alright, get that one. Actually, get both of these, and then I'm going to send you farther out. Now just jet on over there.
We will show no mercy.
Blast doors operational.
That's too bad. There we go. Huh. It's a pretty steep cost, but if we can kill all this without losing too much of our other stuff, then I'd say worth.
Choose your reinforcements.
Here, let's jump some more in. SDF Mega Road 2.
Visual objective complete.
This Providence is facing the right direction to back out, so why not? Soon it's just gonna be the Praetor. There we go.
Me to attack? There shall be no tweaking of mine.
Now we can just focus that down.
I will send one of my minions. Let us take what we want.
I don't want to use Shadow of Hyrule for these little ships, but it's the only one that's really in a good position for it. You know what? No, let's switch off of it, and Munificence switch over quickly, just to get this anti-shield damage down. We also have a new carrot coming up. I forgot about that one. Or should I be using bombers? Vinny's asking. I tend to prioritize them attacking the biggest individual threat, because they're very effective against that kind of target. Because it's one of the biggest sources of like Alpha Strike kind of damage you're gonna get.
Activated. Destruction is imminent.
All right, engines. Because usually what I'll do with them is I'll send them through the fleet trying to take down shields on different targets, then switch them between targets while my other ships kind of finish off everything.
Republic ship count dwindling. Target beta.
All right.
Here. What is it, my lord? Let us take what we want.
Current target acquired.
Turrets there. Turbo lasers are primary targets right now. I might be double issuing some orders, but I just want to make sure that stuff is attacking the actual hull damage. I think I gave you an ion cannon. Two of you there. You there. You there.
Arming sequence engaged.
And you there.
Attack run.
Just take down the anti-hull damage as quickly as possible.
Target those lasers.
That is in fact a defense satellite. Has the Arquitens fleet idea gone down in power? Used the whole fleet of Arquitens to take out the CIS last game and just doing run and gun idea. Yeah, Arquitens used to be pretty OP because of how the inaccuracy against smaller ships worked, especially. That's much less effective now with the reworks. They're still really good. Like, you saw them take on the Recusant there earlier, and they were able to do a lot of damage this battle as well. It's just they aren't super OP like they used to be. Will the ion cannon from the Malevolence be buffed? No. It is really fucking strong. It basically one-shots shields on anything. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. We're going to record at least one more on tonight's stream. But for those on YouTube, thanks for watching. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier. For those on Twitch, we're just going to save and we'll be back up in a second. So hope to see you next time.